Aiden has severe to profound sensory neural hearing loss in both ears. Sensory neural means a permanent type of hearing loss, so we knew that with the hearing aids that we were fitting, he still wasn't going to have appropriate access to sounds, and so cochlear implants were going to be his best option in order to get access to sound, not only from a hearing perspective, but also from a speech and language development perspective too.
I felt really bad as a father because I felt like I have something, a feature that my son doesn't have, and I would rather it be me than him. But we tried toys, and we tried banging on the table and see. He reacted a little bit. He did start mumbling a lot more than we expected, so that's a great outcome right there.
So he is a lot more vocal since I turned him on, so I think that is something that we do see sometimes.
Yeah. You like that?
Any response is good with a cochlear implant when we turn it on. Sometimes babies are happy, sometimes they can be a little fussy, and that is totally okay. That is something that I tell parents about beforehand, because not every situation looks like a happy, smiling baby. One of the good things with Aiden's cochlear implant activation is that he started vocalizing a lot more. So that's something that we typically see with children, is that they start hearing the sound of their own voice, and so they start vocalizing more, which is good.
The next steps would be just practicing with him, just showing him new sounds, putting the volume up on a cochlear implant.
My next step with Aiden is I'm going to see him back in about 2 to 3 weeks, and we're going to continue to work on his programming. So for example, instead of giving him all the sound at once, today I gave him a little bit more than half the sound that he has. That way we can kind of slowly, gradually turn him back up. I think one thing that I would tell parents that are going on their hearing journey with their child is it can be hard sometimes to find out that your kid isn't perfect, especially when they have hearing loss. However, that's a journey that you don't have to do by yourself. That's a journey that we are there for you every single step of the way. We are going to be doing the testing, we'll do the programming for hearing aids or cochlear implants. We will try to get you the right therapy services that you need, and just making sure that you are set up for success as best as possible.
I know it's something you don't wish for your child. I know it's something you pray to God that your child comes out with every feature that we have today.
So one of the things that I love about UT Physicians is that we are a very special clinic because we offer care not only to pediatric patients but also to adult patients. We're one of the very few clinics here in Houston that I am aware of where we are able to stay with a kid, from the time they are born all the way up to as an adult. And that's something that's very special because we never end care with a pediatric patient. So even if I have a kid that's going off to college, they still can come back and receive services here. What I love about my job is that I get to help patients, especially kids and their families, with hearing loss. I myself actually have hearing loss. I was diagnosed when I was 4. My brother was actually diagnosed when he was 1, and then we found out that my mom also had hearing loss. So I have grown up on the other side of the table as a patient myself, and I have just seen fantastic care from the previous audiologist that I saw in the past, and so that's something that's inspired me to give back to the families that I see here in clinic.
I feel great. I feel great that my son has cochlear implants. I feel that as a father, I did everything I can, and it really makes me feel better in my heart, and I know it makes my wife feel better in her heart because we're giving our child the best future he can have.